Hello everyone, my name is Devashish and I welcome you all to this video. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 use cases of ChatGPT that can be really useful for security operation engineers. So before I start today's video, I'd like to give you a caution. So the 5 use cases that we are going to discuss in today's video, it actually, you will have to, submit, data to ChatGPT for it to analyze that. So if you are working for a company and you are actually handling company data logs and stuffs, it is absolutely not recommended to submit those data into ChatGPT. The use cases that I have used in today's video are actually dummy data I have collected from the internet. So that's why I am submitting this to ChatGPT. But if you are working in a corporate environment and you are analyzing production logs and stuffs, it is absolutely not recommended. So now let's get started. So the first use case that I'm going to show is ChatGPT can be really useful while generating SIM queries. So here I'm going to show you one example. I'm going to ask ChatGPT if it can write a Splunk query for me. Can you write a Splunk query for me which can give me the date-wise stats of outbound HTTP communication over port 80 using snort log. Let's see. So yeah, here it is actually generating the output. As you can see, it has left the index name blank. We definitely have to fill it up, and destination port it has selected 80, action is allowed, direction outbound, and it has actually created a new attribute date, and that is absolutely correct what I feel. And now it has generated the stats actually, and it has also explained line by line. So sometimes what I feel, it is not able to systematically detect the the attribute names. In this case, action and direction, these attributes are used, but that you may have to depending on your environment, you have to modify that. Now the next one we are going to see is you can actually use ChatGPT to generate bash scripts or PowerShell scripts. So let's say I am asking ChatGPT to write a bash script which is going to look for a file name with specific pattern in the disk. So can you write a bash script for me which is going to search for file name with pattern DBASISH123. I'm gonna change it a bit. Just a file name, extension txt. Let's see. Sure, here is an example of bash script. Nice. As you can see, in many cases you have to hit and trial or debug such bash scripts. But if you use ChatGPT to generate such things, it will be really useful for you. I mean, it can quickly generate. And now it is actually writing another script. Note, this script will only print the name of the file. If you want to display the content of the file, it has automatically predicted that as well. So the next use case that I'm going to show is that is email header analysis. So I have a sample email header. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new chat and paste the email header here. So can you analyze the email header and tell me about any security risk? So when you are actually submitting logs to ChatGPT, you have to be really careful, because you are not supposed to share any internal data or PII or company confidential data to ChatGPT, because it is possible that when you are submitting data to ChatGPT, it's basically it has become public, so one can query as well. So you have to be really careful, and I personally don't recommend you to submit company logs or corporate logs or stuffs to ChatGPT. So these are some dummy data that I have collected from the internet. So let's see what it has to say. The email header provided shows the path and email destination. While there is no obvious security risk, there are several pieces of information. The header indicates the email was sent from IP this, which is associated with Israel. It passed through several okay, there are also several authentication warning and filter that may be interest of to IT professional indicate, as they could indicate potential issue with the server security email configuration. Overall, was it spoofed? Based on the information provided, it is not possible to determine if the email header was spoofed or not. The header shows email's routing path from sender server to recipient server, but it is not provided information of the authenticity of the sender's address. The email's authentication mechanisms such as SPIF, DKIM, DMARC can help detect email spoofing. Okay, so it was not able to exactly tell you whether it's spoofed or not, but it has given some pointer which can be used to kind of figure that out. Okay, so the next use case that I'm going to show is ChatGPT can be really helpful while analyzing logs. So I have some sample log collected from the internet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it here and just see if it can recognize. So as you can see, it has recognized the log pretty quickly, Apache web server logs, and the first line is a warning that the process ID PID file for Apache was overwritten, which may indicate that Apache did not shut down cleanly. And the second line indicates the Apache has successfully started and resuming normal operation, and third line and fourth line related to the generation of secret digest authentication. So in many cases, you may not be able to find out or figure out the cryptic log lines or log messages, but ChatGPT can be really helpful while analyzing these logs. But it comes up with the same warning. If you are in a corporate environment, it is absolutely not recommended to submit internal logs to ChatGPT. So you may get into trouble for doing that, so you have to be absolutely careful. So the next use case I'm going to show you is analyzing obfuscated PowerShell command line strings. So it can also be really helpful. So I have a obfuscated PowerShell command line, so I have submitted it. So as you can see, the code you have provided is PowerShell command that concatenates a list of ASCII codes individual. The first string created by the command is write output. So as you can see, it is able to deobfuscate the entire string and tell me the output as well. It is going to write the first command it's going to use is write output, and the actual string that is actually embedded into it is try harder, and it is able to tell us that as well. So that can be also be really helpful. Maybe not all the cases, but some basic and simple stuff ChatGPT can definitely tell you. Okay, so I think we have covered 5 use cases today. In the next video, I'll try to come up with some new use cases that you can use in your day-to-day operation. So thank you so much for your time, guys. I hope you have found this video useful.